Welcome, my friends, back to a Marvel Snap. We are playing in the peaked meta. The hot location right now is the peak, and it applies a Mr. Negative effect to your hand. So everything that is going on right now is just dominated by either Mr. Negative or Sandman, because you're anticipating trying to counter a Mr. Negative deck. So that looks like what we are going to be running this stream is embracing the Mr. Negative ourselves. Can we run a better version than our opponents? And to be able to spice things up, can we run the counters just to be able to abuse the players who are trying to take advantage of the peak and run Mr. Negative themselves? So we've got our retooled Mr. Negative deck list up above. We're going to go ahead and hop into game here. Gonna have to let me know in chat audio balance. We're trying a new music service that is connected with the streaming service that I have. Jamming out to what they're calling African beats. And I kind of like it. Something very different than our synthwave that we've been jamming all through. So we're going to give it a go. And we're going to see what we're able to do. Up here against Koji. I've played Koji so much. We've always got great matches. So we have Mr. Negative in hand. Would love to see the peak. The peak can let us play Mr. Negative so early. And then he's still 4 power. Which feels like absolute abuse if you ask me. But that's what the devs decided to run with as the hot location. So they can't blame us if we adapt, can they now? Let's go Sunspot to be able to get some power onto him. We do have some really exciting things for later on in the stream. I've been trying to expand what we're able to do here with the stream tech, able to bring in polls, betting for if we win or lose, and then also I want to run a test of a giveaway mechanic. We don't have a giveaway. It's just the test to make sure that we have the integrity of the system down to be able to do stuff later on when we hit full release, trying to do some promotions for the channel and the game in general. Looking forward to what we're able to do that. African beats with no Toto. Well, so here's the thing. If I ran Toto, we would get a DMCA strike and you would not be able to watch the stream. So we are running Afro beats with no Toto. And I will not be... Now you've got it stuck in my head. I'm going to start humming it and that can still strike us. Thanks, Hame. Glad to see you're on the stream, man. Got the Mr. Negative here. Able to flip what we draw. Now having Peak and Mr. Negative playing concurrently, it throws me off because the Peak hitting what's in hand, Mr. Negative only hitting what is in deck. I get thrown off. I want Mr. Negative to also hit what's in hand, but obviously that would be too insane. We'll play Sarah here. Give us the discount. That means that we could throw out Ronin and Mystique as a combo. We also have Rogue here to be able to get in and meddle with anything that they set up. And we can have Rogue be able to steal away the opponent, Ronin. Look at the Taskmaster scan. Bumping up to 18 here because it's getting the buff off of Monster Metropolis. Oh, yes. We hit the Iron Man. Fantastic. Okay, so we can play... I mean, it's better to play the Rogue to steal their Ronin. And then we play our Iron Man, followed by our Mystique, followed by our Ironheart. I mean, it's just sacrificing Lechigilia, but I don't see how they're beating us here. No, I don't see how they're beating us here. Especially because we also get a little tick on the Sunspot. Is it enough? Or are we actually down to Ironheart buffs? We need to rearrange an order. Because the alternative is that we surrender Monster Metropolis. And so in that case, we would play Rogue like so. Iron Man on Lechigilia himself. The Mystique to copy the Iron Man specifically. And then throw down the Ironheart. RJ, welcome to the stream. Glad you were able to make it. We're having a great time. Jamming out. Waiting for people to come on in. We're trying a little bit different timing just to see who we're able to connect with. Try and make the stream accessible and get a nice schedule set in for the full release. Oh, you went with the Zola to be able to send the Iron Man over. So this doubles it. That means they're sacrificing Lechigilia, which is honestly great for us. We just have to be able to win Hell's Kitchen.
I am Iron Man.
And I think Rogue stealing either the Iron Man or the Ronin is going to be enough. Honestly, we could have snapped. I felt really good about our setup there. Okay, we take the Ronin away from him. That weakens them significantly, buffs us up.
I am Iron Man.
Oh, Mr. Negative, you've done it again. Just casually putting, what is this, 60 points on the board? Well, it depends on where Ironheart goes. Whew. I love it. Koji probably not loving it as much, but you know, he's playing it too. This is what everybody's running. We get the badge of honor of being the better negative this day. Let's see. How are people doing in chat? Have people reached infinite? Are people on the infinite grind? Also, what do you guys think of the peak? I mean, because Mr. Negative has been at the top of the meta for so long, people don't really like I don't really like the peak. It's oppressive to decks that do not have the Mr. Negative tech, and it just supercharges what was already strong in the meta. So it just pushes everybody to playing that. And I mean, the mirror match is interesting because probably the best, unless you're running a strict counter, running the Mr. Negative versus the mirror match is interesting. With stuff like Rogue, how you time out your Ronin, are you going to play magic for the opponent? There's interesting decisions in the mirror match. But overall, I'm less interested in the peak because it limits the variety of decks that you're really able to run. Kami, I want to reach infinite, but all the Mr. Negative decks are destroying you. Yeah, I mean, right now, there we go. The peak triggers, and we've got a 2-cost Wong to be able to begin the game. I mean, this is insane. Also, I feel like I'm not getting... Oh, I guess it's just that the peak doesn't have game sound yet. They always add the location, and then they add game sound later. And why would you play Mystique? I mean, you do get it for free. Now we're gonna lose Black Cat. Play the Wong. Okay, we're off to a good position here, I think. You want this deck, but only missing a Magic and Sarah. Okay, we could take a deck building challenge later on to play a Mr. Negative deck with no Magic and no Sarah. I mean, I used to have a list that wasn't running either one that I was actually quite happy with. So maybe we can oblige and get you a good deck to be able to climb with. Now, it's Magic and Sarah make it way more consistent, right? I don't think it will be as strong, but it can still be quite good. The thing is that Sarah is as much of a carry for the deck as Negative himself. So even though it's always called a Mr. Negative deck, Sarah is a big part of it. If you don't draw Negative, you can still win through Sarah. If you draw both, you're basically unstoppable. If you draw Negative but don't get Sarah, then you're still in a good spot. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Okay. Let's set up the Sarah, because we got her. You're at 65 with a movement deck. Yes, the Heimdall. I love seeing the Heimdall players. I mean, that's awesome. I was trying to run Heimdall with the Human Torch up to 75 with Negative. There we go. Kami's on the way up. Welcome to it. You're going to be reaching infinite soon, my friend. Just wait for the peak to go away, and then things will get back to normal, and you'll go back to your climbing ways. So the opponent running... What is happening? You're up to 8? Okay, so Monster Metropolis, Rock Slide, they're running some bizarre Cerebro deck here that I really don't understand. But it's okay, I don't have to understand it. I can just turn it off with Rogue. This is why Rogue is insane. Here we go. And then, oh, I played the free rock as well. Yeah. Morph is good for the past 2 days because of the peak. Opponent plays really good ongoing cards. Yes! Morph is awesome. Because he can flip, you can play him for free, be able to capture whatever they have in hand. The Magic is the most annoying card right now. So Kami, you don't like Magic even... You dislike Magic more than you dislike Sarah? I feel like Sarah is worse, but I can be persuaded otherwise. We'll put the little bar on the bottom, change my mind. Okay, well, we ran over them right here. Wolfsbane popping off, double. whenever you beat Iron Man at a location without Iron Man yourself, I mean, it feels pretty good. Rogue takes away the Cerebro, which shuts him down even harder. Though it looks like Rock Slide was the only one getting the benefit there. Hang on. Wait, no. Oh, Rock Slide was created by the hub. Well, the bot didn't understand the assignment, guys. It's okay. Okay. We've got 7 people in the chat. I think it's time to test our first experimental stream. Well, maybe we let it run a little bit longer. Okay. You did dirty to your opponent last turn. Yes. Yes, we did. Okay, but here's the big new stream tech. You guys are earning channel points similar to Twitch. If you guys have been on Twitch to see streams there, you get channel points for watching the streamer. So you're earning points for at like 5-minute increments. You earn bonus points if you have sent a chat message in the last 5 minutes, and then you get a couple other bonuses for like subscribing and other channel interactions. But what we're going to do after we let it tick for people to earn a couple points is we can run a casino effectively, and you can bet on whether or not we are going to win the next match. And it's just something to do with your channel points. But then I have more plans for channel points in the future. Right now it's just checking to see if, do I go Sarah? I mean, Mr. Negative has to be, turn 1 Mr. Negative has to be better than a turn 1 Sarah, right? That's another good question for the chat. Which is better, turn 1 Sarah or turn 1 Negative? It's gotta be, I mean, turn 1 Sarah leads to a turn 3 Negative. And the turn 1 Negative means that you're gonna have to wait for Sarah, but then all these cards getting flipped is just there. Victory. Okay, I think we might be seeing a lot of retreats. For me, Sarah curve, and then 3 negative. Turn 1 negative. Okay, there's a split in the chat. I mean, either one is obviously incredible, right? But we had the option, getting to pick between 2 good things. You have to be able to evaluate what is stronger. That game, okay, I'm drilling into my memory banks. Didn't we already draw Iron Man? One of the biggest things, an argument for turn 1 negative, is to make sure you get the inverted Iron Man, and I guess in this case the inverted Ronin. So just having the Iron Man already in hand, yeah. That's what I think that is a decision point. If you already have Iron Man in hand, it might be better to go Sarah. Yep, okay. Well, if it happens again, oh no, did we crash? Oh, my stream. Okay. Blue stacks. Boot us back in. Wow. Rip stream. Okay, but back to the channel points. So you guys are earning channel points just passively. I can check what the command is to be able to check your points. Let's see here. Loyalty. Settings. No. Commands. Default. Where are you? Quotes queue. Loyalty. Okay, so if you do exclamation point points in chat. So if you type exclamation point points. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh no, is it not going to show me? Is it showing for you guys? It doesn't look like it's showing for me. This could be a bust. Loyalty is enabled. And the interval for awarding points is at 5 minutes, so people should have already received a payout. Okay. Alright, it's back to the drawing board. I'm not going to mess with it while on... Well, I mean, we're waiting for the game to load back up, so maybe I'll mess with it on stream a little bit. There's supposed to be a way here for us to be able to keep track of loyalty points even though we're not on Twitch. And then we can run a casino for our games. Well, I guess I get to reconnect to the game just to bow out. We get to see if it crashed for the opponent as well. Nope. Okay. Back in we go. So Hame, it's coming from Streamlabs OBS, which is what I use to stream from. So it's not hosted through YouTube, it's hosted through CloudBot, who is connected via Streamlabs, but then it's brought in. Morph Rogue is good until hot location event over. Yeah, Morph and Rogue are really good. So we're running Rogue. I wasn't sure where to put Morph in. I mean, we could certainly find a place to squeeze Morph in. You could probably run Morph instead of either Wolfsbane or Ironheart. Maybe even instead of Ronin or White Tiger? I don't know. Let's go Sunspot. Opponent snapping turn 1 doesn't scare us. Okay, so unfortunately channel points not currently running. I do have another feature that we're going to test in a second, which is do a dry run of a giveaway and see if people are able to enter. The downside, if you copy Destroyer card and it's over, yes, Morph can definitely hit some hilarious cards that are terrible for you. Okay, we got the Rogue. We will play Wolfsbane just for a little bit of tempo. Gives an extra target for Ironheart to be able to hit, and we don't have anything else. Well, I mean, we could let the Sunspot tick up with the energy, but I'd rather have the cards hook up the Nidavellir buff. And they've got the Mr. Negative, of course. That's why they snapped. They saw they had Psylocke and Mr. Negative already in hand. It's a good play. I mean, sure, I'll play Ironheart. Oh, Kami, you've copied the inverted destroyer? That's terrible. Had to retreat. That's what happens. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, they Jubilee into Mr. Fantastic. I don't understand why Mr. Fantastic is in the Mr. Negative deck. I feel like there's just better cards at the same cost. So what can we pick up here if we play Mr. Negative? We can pick up the inverted Ronin, and we can pick up inverted Wong, and inverted Mystique. I think those are all strong enough that it's worth it. So we're gonna play Mr. Negative, and then we could go Sarah on 6. Because we got Limbo for free, and we don't have to play Magic ourselves, it still sets up a really big turn 7 if we play it out like this. Mr. Fantastic to counter lock location. I mean, it does, but you also have like White Tiger that could do something similar. You also have, I mean, is there a better 3-drop that would be able to do it for you? I don't know, I guess at the 3-cost price point, Mr. Negative does help. But how many locked locations are there really? I mean, you can already undo some of the locations with magic. Okay. We've got the Sarah, we're into the final turn. We're gonna play Iron Man to make sure we win Nidavellir. And then we'll play Ronin Rogue to steal the blue Marvel buff and call it. I hope that they don't have Rogue on Nidavellir. If they play Rogue on Nidavellir, that's the soul read that just destroys us. Okay, blue Marvel loses his buff. Strengthens everyone on our side. Okay, they've got the Iron Man just to match. As what we wanted to see. Matching Iron Man much better than Iron Man to Rogue. And then you've got the Bishop Wolfsbane. It's close. They made it close. Your deck consists of Mr. Fantastic and Mojo with Sarah and Magic. Interesting. So you're still running Mojo as well? Why do you pick Mojo instead of Bishop? I mean, getting a 2/8 is pretty good, but it also doesn't benefit from Mr. Negative. I guess it does benefit from Sarah. Being able to take a high priority 2-drop, making him a 1 cost is pretty good. And you are consistently filling locations. You can rival the opponent to see if they will match you. Hold that +6 over their heads. I mean, Mojo is just really good. He is just really good. I could see him getting changed, honestly. If he goes down to +5 if the location is filled on either side, I think he's still good. Then he becomes a 2/7. I don't know, maybe that's not enough. Maybe it does need to be 2/8 given the precedent that Angela has. And the fact that the opponent can try and counter. The only downside is if the enemy plays Sandman, then you auto-retreat. Yeah, Sandman right now is crazy good against Mr. Negative. It just holds him down so much. And we got the peak, the opponent retreated. Wow. Looks like people are not loving the peak. It would be frustrating if you were trying to play a deck that's just like a normal, you know, just like I was playing a movement deck for a little bit, like the first hour that the peak was popular, or the hot location, and it was so bad, like I had to turn it off. Had to switch over. Okay, let's see. What do we have here for our opening? Wong, Sunspot, Rogue. Sunspot to the Baxter building feels pretty strong. Rush some early energy over to that side. They're gonna match. Makes sense. I prefer it when the opponent matches, because if they don't play Sunspot themselves, then I kind of expect them to have Killmonger. And then I've lost some really big Sunspots. We got our peak, so let's play Wong. Now, a lot of people are running Rogue right now, and they are likely to swoop in and steal the Wong ability, so we would like to capitalize on it as soon as possible. So even though Ironheart is free, and normally I would say it's better to hold that until the final turn, because you have so much flexibility, I think that right now it's good to play for tempo. They've got their Ironheart. Making Baxter building pretty impressive. Gotta give it to him there. But it's also the perfect time for a Rogue to swoop in and steal that Iron Man buff away. Okay, hang on. I can play Mystique to be able to copy off of the Rogue, so we could surrender 4 points on the Ironheart to make it a possibility. And right now Baxter building is just freaking out. They gave it the audio cue, and now it just makes the bubbling sound every single time. Every single time that anything changes in the game state. They got the Professor X. They got a 5-strength Professor X. Now thankfully they've already played their Ironheart, so how close are we? Oh no. Rogue stole their Professor X instead of the Iron Man, so we lose that one. Hold on, though. Now if I play Mystique, I get to copy the Professor X. So I could play the Nadav as too ballsy. I'm gonna go Mystique here. Lock this down, we don't have to worry about it. Is that worth it? And then play everything to Nidavellir to be able to get that win? It just makes it a race between the two of us at Nidavellir. But they have already spent their Iron Man. So what are they gonna have? Nothing. Alright, let's try it. Because the alternative is that you hold, you play White Tiger bounces the Spirit Tigers over to Nidavellir. Well, that makes me feel terrible. I could have locked out Nidavellir. I didn't know they weren't gonna play. Now we have to go late. We need more cards. And to be able to empower this Wolfsbane. Not going to be able to empower the Wolfsbane anymore. They got us with the leech. How is chat feeling about the audio levels? To me, it's well balanced, but I have a couple tweaks coming into the actual chat filter. We'll go Sarah, get the discount on whatever we can. Basically, the White Tiger as a 5-1 and the Wolfsbane as a 3-1 are unplayable. We're just hoping to be able to get Iron Man, honestly. Is Iron Man the best? It would be Iron Man, or it would be only 2 cards in hand. Yeah, Iron Man would be better than Ronan here. Oh, we got it. There's a chance. Audio feels fine, Hame. All right. Excellent. We'll go Wolfsbane. Please, oh please. Please, oh please. We will be at 18. I mean, even if they drop Wolfsbane here, we lose out. Which is unfortunate. But we'll make them do it. They haven't snapped. So they don't feel confident. We're gonna lose if we draw. Devil Dino. That's not what I was expecting them to go for. Taking them up to 19? Ah! It's so close. Alright, GG. Wow. The Devil Dino was just enough. But I think that, yeah, I mean, having the Wolfsbane hit with the leech was the painful bit. But we were really out of options there. Also the Rogue on the 50-50 hitting the Professor X instead of the Iron Man. I think if we'd clipped the Iron Man there, we would have been golden. Because it would have taken them down to like 25. Would have bumped us up. We could have just funneled a little bit of energy onto our Sunspot and then been able to claim the win. But no need to reminisce too long. We're into the next one. Okay, mini lab. Oh, if Mirror Dimension becomes the mini lab, then we're really in a pinch. We'll only be able to play to one location. That location is cloning vats though, which is kind of insane. Alright. Hope nobody in chat is claustrophobic. Also, what hurts here is we're going to have such a full hand, we're not going to get to draw anything. We've got the Ronin. Speak it and it shall be. It has come to pass. And we're doomed. Honestly, I'm going to play the magic out. Just so that I can start drawing cards. I need my negative cards. Again? Don't do this to me, game. Don't do this to me. That game was interesting! Hopefully we're able to load back quick this time. Man. Unlucky. Okay. Let's see here. Can I get... where do I want to go? Checking in on the Cloud bot to see if we can fix channel points. We have here at the channel a cool opportunity coming up soon to be able to work with, do some giveaways of some promo codes from Moonbreaker, which is a brand new, it's from the creative minds of Brandon Sanderson and the developers of Subnautica. Let's see, I go to community. And they're setting us up with some, let's see here, approved users. Where do I get to add somebody? Post the channel URL. Copy. Paste me. No? You don't want to paste me? I wonder if it's because they were already listed. Nope. Okay, reconnect to the game. Man, this stream is just scuffed. The channel points don't work. The game crashes. It's a rough day, guys. Hopefully we don't get hit with any other stability issues. BlueStacks had been so good for the past couple days. And now it's fallen to pieces. Yeah, I'll just retreat on this one. Looks like we lost a turn or two there.
Escaped.
Okay, we'll go next. Let's do one or two more as Mr. Negative, and then we'll flip over and play some Sandman. Mix things up a little bit. Full release and the PC version can't come soon enough, though I guess. I mean, be careful of what you wish for. The PC beta could be less stable than this. Yeah, I'm kind of digging the beats. It's a little more laid back. It's like anti-tilt technology is just the chill sound. Sunspot Rogue Iron Man. I love having the Sunspot early. It's probably one of the number one, I mean it is the number one card I want to see in the opening hand next to Mr. Negative. So I guess that would make it the number 2 card I want to see in the opening hand. I don't know, I might even value it more than Mr. Negative because you get so much early tempo. We don't have any good turn 1, 2, or 3 plays. Well, Rogue or Mystique, not gonna happen. We'll just put the extra energy on the Sunspot. This is why I like Sunspot. Now they've got the Cosmo to try and lock us down. Gonna have to be careful. Can't play Magic to the Tinkerer's Workshop. And the Peak. Alright, let's go. Well, do we just go Magic? I mean, we could. We could also turn... Because we don't have Mr. Negative out, let's just turn Asgard off. Alternatively, we play Magic, and then we play Iron Man to win Asgard. And we can set up Mystique next turn. Ah, they've got the Storm to cut it off anyway.
Wind, aid
Fair
my
enough.
hand.
Ant-Man versus our Magic. Because we have the Sunspot to be able to match theirs, I feel pretty good about flooding. We also have just this enormous head start with the Iron Man established. They could swoop in with a Rogue to try and stop us, but I still feel good about it. We'll go Mystique over here to get the doubling. And then do I want to set up Wong? Yeah, we'll play Wong. It gives us a nice spot for either Wolfsbane, White Tiger, or Ironheart. Yeah. Be pretty
I
solid.
am.
They're going all in on flooding. They want to save that. With their own Iron Man.
I
Wow.
am Iron Man.
Yeah. They're going ham. And the Mojo. Okay. I was not expecting that one. But White Tiger could be the fix. Honestly. Maybe we fill up. Let's play Sarah first. There's no need to rush into countering what they do on Flooded. We want to lull the opponent in. Now they're copying Mojo here. Simple slip of the cards. They should have played those cards in the other order. I'm sure I mean, obviously they would rather have the Iron Man effect on the Mystique rather than the Mojo. We got the Wolfsbane. But I think it's more important for us to grab White Tiger here. Ah, the Cosmo. The Cosmo's just beating us up. If we draw a Ronin, I'll be happy. Honestly, that was great Spirit Tiger distributions. You can't complain about that one. They're gonna double their Ant-Man and their Mystique. And now they probably have Ronin, right? They got the peak effect, so they had some of their cards inverted like the Iron Man, but they haven't played their Mr. Negative. So they've probably played all of their inverted cards, right? Storm was buffed, she was inverted. Iron Man was inverted. They could be hanging on to one other thing. But I actually think that the best play is Rogue and Pass. She doesn't go off, but she's a 1/3, and then we get the extra 6 power, which turns into 12 on the Sunspot. Okay, there it is. We're in. Spectrum. Wow. That Spectrum buff is going to come out and be huge. Picking the Iron Man and the Mojo. Up to 42. Yes! That was a tight one. Oh man, that was a sweaty one.
Victory.
And there's just a little Cosmo in the middle. That's all they gave it. It honestly did restrict us a lot. A lot, a lot. All right. One more. One more with Mr. Negative, and then we'll go Sandman. The counter Mr. Negative. I think I already have 2 Sandman decks already built, honestly. We can see which one plays to the whims of the peak a little better. Because we have Sand Wave, and then we have... No, we'll have to check again. I know I have 2 Sandman decks. I'm just trying to remember what distinguished them. Maybe one of them was not running Wave? They play... We get Limbo for free. So we don't have to worry about playing Magic. Quite like that. Wakanda, preventing our cards from being destroyed. Shang-Chi can be a problem if we go for a huge Ronin. That's really the only one that can get clipped by Shang-Chi. Though I have seen a Sunspot get big enough to be killed by Shang-Chi, which was kind of insane. I had a 13 strength Sunspot. Now granted, it was absorbing some buffs out of the Ironheart, but it was pretty bonkers. Okay. Let's play... Is it Wong? Hang on, we can hold the Mystique. If we get Ironheart, then I do want to play Mystique to copy the Wong, and then we play effectively 4 Ironhearts. I think this location day should only be 24 hours, not 48. I agree, Sick Monkey. I just get... It's tiring, especially when they are something that is this game warping. I understand, they want like the casual players to be able to have enough time to say build a specific deck for it, but by the time they've done that, the people who play more consistently are so over it. And especially, I mean, there was the, I think it's now infamous, they set Mindscape as a hot location for 48 hours, and people just got so fed up with it. It was kind of hilarious. We got the White Tiger, so I think going Mystique here is the way. This is the way. And I mean, the magic is actually fairly energy efficient, 3-5, instead of just putting the extra energy on the Sunspot. So I will play it. But then we have White Tiger, Wolfsbane. White Tiger can activate 4 times, and Wolfsbane can activate 4 times. As long as we have an open space, I mean, we've got the Sunspot to keep on scaling, but open space to be able to play an Iron Man would also be fantastic. I don't think we need the Sarah. Sarah not required. Here we go. In a way, I guess it's good. You're infinite and don't want to... and don't play as much. So that's you have a day and a half of putting the game down. Yeah, it's much easier to put the game down if you're like, I've seen everything that the peak meta has. It's kind of tiring. Oh, they got the rogue. That slows us down. I think that we're still fine. I mean, getting the quadrupling instead of the doubling would have just been excessive. We're keeping pace fairly well here. Oh, we got the Ronin. I want to play the Wolfsbane though. Play the Wolfsbane. Let him get big. And then I think we just... Wait, so let's see. Wolfsbane is adding 12? 13 total, taking us up to 21. If they're clever with their Sunspot, we just lose. Oh no, we've got another turn. We've got another turn. What am I talking about? We'll put the extra energy on the Sunspot, be able to pop out the Ronin. Professor X guarantees them the win at Limbo. And then just the Zola, okay. Oh no. Ironheart? Nope. Alright, give them the thumbs up. And then retreat. Well, I don't know why it keeps on selecting the cards every time I press a button. But all they would have had to do there is pass to get the power onto the Sunspot. We couldn't have stopped it. Okay, time to delve into our Sandman opportunities. Let's try and remember what our Sandman decks were looking like. Switch me over. Sand Ronin and Sand Wave. Ah, yes, that was the change. That was the change. Was either we were preying on Ronin Maximus. The BGM sounds like Virtual Villagers. Is that what it is? So we've got... Do I want to run this? We get to flip. The thing is that Maximus is terrible flipped. Leader is good flipped. Mystique is good. Black Widow is good. Korg is good. So this I think would be playable. What does the Sand Ronin look like? No. I want the Sand Wave. Go back. Sand Wave is using Doctor Doom, Claw, White Tiger, Storm Juggernaut, Psylocke. Let's play some Sand Wave actually. I think this one does just a little better than the Sand Ronin. Save me. Update our deck overlay. There it is. It's been updated. Sound effects in the game are awesome, but it'd be good if they had random background music, so not always repeating. Yes, can we please get some more music tracks? Please. Get some variety going. Because the theme song is a bop, right? It's a great song, but it's not long enough. We just need a little bit more. Get a little bit more variety. All right, here we go. Sand wave. Play. All right. In we go. So we're looking here to be able to set up the Sandman. Hopefully he gets flipped. Leverage the White Tiger, Claw, and Leader. Just to be able to get pressure all across the board, while the opponent is only able to play to a single slot. And if we can lock up the board even more with Storm, be able to cheat something out early with the Psylocke, that's where we can really supercharge the deck. Odin is going to be a little awkward if he gets flipped, but I mean, it's low odds that any one card gets flipped by the peak. So if it would hit Leader, that would be amazing. Come on. Hit the Leader. Give me peak. Would I like peak with this hand? I would love peak with this hand. Oh! You gotta call it. That's insane. Okay, well. We can either go wave just to slow the opponent down more, or we can go right into Storm White Tiger, which is really good. Honestly, I think I'm going to go wave, and we'll hit it on Stark Tower, I guess. Play me to Stark Tower. Here we go. And immediately we hit the Mr. Negative deck, who had an amazing draw. That's just our luck. I mean, Leader could do some really good things if we can catch when they play their inverted Iron Man, mostly. We got the Odin. Tough decisions. We can play the Odin now to repeat the wave and keep on slowing them down, or we can play the Leader now, be able to get whatever they play and play the Odin on top of Leader later to be able to get a double activation out of him. I honestly favor that route. They're going Sarah. Why, thank you, my friend. I love a Sarah. That would help me a lot, actually. Fantastic. And there is the Sandman. Oh. I mean, I could play Odin now to be able, but he's probably just playing the Stark Tower himself to be able to absorb that buff. So I think I play the Sandman plus the Storm. And I think we hold White Tiger. Because here's the thing, if White Tiger bounces to Stark Tower, then we're shut off from being able to do our combo with Leader. So I think we wait. I'm starting to play mental gymnastics here to keep up with the Leader deck, or with the Mr. Negative deck. Blue Marvel, yep. New Blue Marvel is really fun. I've been playing around with a deck that is just really leveraging Blue Marvel. It's all the cards that spam out multiple bodies, and then Blue Marvel with Onslaught, Mystique, just to be able to get these distributed buffs. But I don't think it's quite strong enough. I don't know, maybe I just don't have the right sauce. Does anybody in chat have a good experience running like a Blue Marvel, a purely Blue Marvel empowerment deck? They did not play to Stark Tower themselves. That hurts. I want to play Odin. I think I need to play Odin, actually. I mean, they can just play here and beat us. But if they play... Yeah, we don't have a lead, though. Dr. Doom does okay. He takes us up to 8 here on flooding. And he takes us to a win at Stark Tower as well, but then we're losing at the peak, and then they just play over here to Stark Tower. Effectively, anytime they just play to Stark Tower, it looks like we lose. Let's try the Odin and see if something crazy happens. But I don't think it will. I think this is one that we should have just retreated from, but I want to see what they had. They've got the Iron Man. Yeah. Yeah. It's really good.
I am Iron Man.
Really, really good. All right. That did not feel like we were running the counter to their deck, even though we got Sandman on board at good pace. Maybe Mr. Negative has evolved even beyond the decks that are supposed to counter him. I don't know, we also could have just given ourselves a little bit better space management if we had played the wave separate from the leader. We were kind of bogging down that one key location because I knew we were going to be contesting receiving the buffs from Stark Tower. And then we kind of got choked out of our options. Strange Academy. We've got Jubilee, Psylocke, White Tiger, Odin yet again. I like it. I wonder, would our Hazmat deck do well with the peak? I think it might, actually. That could be one that we go to play if we want to break. I'm trying to think. I think it would do good. Because it's got like... The cards are not amazing if they're flipped, but there's some good ones in there. Flipping Wong is obviously good. Flipping Hazmat is fine. Flipping the Black Widow. You do have the potential of Odin getting hurt, but... And the White Tiger flipping, that's the other one, yeah. All pretty solid stuff. Now, do we set up... I think we go Jubilee here. Jubilee to Strange Academy. Be able to see what we draw. We can maybe get a Dr. Doom. We can maybe get a leader. We've got a Morph. Morph into Claw. Good for you. Jubilee pulls. Come on. Ah, we got the leader. So now does this give me Claw? Okay. So if Morph turns into something, then leader will give you that something, not a Morph to turn into something from their hand. Interesting. Interesting, and I like it. I mean, playing my own... Well, no, I don't want to play my own Claw yet. I could play Claw here to Washington, D.C., but then we get even more power to Necrotia, but we're probably going to lose Washington with how Bishop will scale. Do we mind that? The alternative is we could play White Tiger, try and get a Spirit Tiger to bounce to Washington, D.C. But also if we just play our Claw, we could do something silly like a Juggernaut to Strange Academy to secure that win. Maybe that's enough, actually. Is that enough? Let's see. So we're ahead at Necrotia. We're even at Necrotia. And we're not behind at Washington, D.C. because they played a 0 strength. And now we're ahead by 1. Wow. Is it the Juggernaut? If I play the Juggernaut, we kick something to Necrotia. Now that could just lose us Necrotia. But they're only able to buff Bishop by 1 because they can only play 1 card. So I feel like this is it. Now, if they play Doctor Doom, then we are doomed. But that's true no matter what combo we lay down. So, oh well, unless we played an Odin and then high rolled our own Doctor Doom. It's really tight. Please don't be Doctor Doom. Oh, it was leader. Oh man, the leader flipping the Juggernaut to kick our Juggernaut. No way. And that one is just like an order of flipping, is what gave them the win. If we had been able to resolve first, we would have done the exact same thing back to them. Still been able to kick that Juggernaut. But then, if we had kicked the Juggernaut, would we have lost or would have been a dead tie? I'm not remembering now, but it would have been close. Leader is always a fun finisher. It is always a fun finisher. I think Leader is one of the most interesting cards they have designed. I love me some Leader. And now that we're not playing as many bots who are able to just do the empty pass when they see that you play Leader, he's even better. He's much more fun against human players to engage in the mind games. And here we've got the mirror match, or the rematch, not the mirror match. They are not playing Sandman. Okay, Dr. Doom, we love to see it. We got all of our 6 drops. And the peak, yeah, sure. So now Dr. Doom, we can play on curve 4, 5, 6. This is insane. Oh, but you got that turn 1 Mr. Negative? Come on, get a life. I know, we were playing that 2 games ago, guys. I know. We've got nothing. But once we hit Leader Dr. Doom Odin, then I'm feeling great. What's our turn 3 here? It's probably just wave to slow them down, right? You play wave, and then you're gonna play Leader, and then you're gonna play Dr. Doom, and then you're gonna play Odin. We just have to make sure that we don't make our same mistake of clogging up the one location. So we need to play wave away, and then Leader on side. We probably play Leader to the peak, given that they've established Angela here. So they want to fill up this location with their own cards, and they want to play here to start tower to absorb the buffs. So we go Leader. Leader, Doom, Odin, and then we'll have duplicates of the Doom bots. Oh man. Give them the thumbs up on that one. So yeah. This has happened. It is a thing that has happened. And I don't understand it. But I think I will lose here, but I should be able to win. No, I'm not even going to be able to win because I'll be 6-6-6. What is going on? And they're going to be able to win because they can keep on buffing the Angela, who's going to get just a little bit larger. She'll be a 7. This is terrible. I don't know if we have a chance. I need to draw, like, Claw or something crazy. Yep, the Wolfsbane. What else do you have? Iron Man. Okay, so Claw is not saving us there.
I am Iron Man.
Then do we have... Nah, we don't have it. Wow.
All systems go.
Stark Tower gives us the buff. Woof. That Leader. The Leader flips into Leader, copies Leader, which then copies Leader until all the locations are just full of Leader. But of course, it's in a winning situation for our opponent and a losing situation for us. It's actually 2 in a row that the opponent's leader just slammed us. I guess that's my kryptonite. Can't play around it. I thought we were being so clever with the turn 4 leader. Turns out the opponent had our number. I don't even know if it's that much of a impressive read, it's just the way that it played out. Got the Odin Storm Jubilee. Gives us some good options. Dream Dimension. I would honestly like Storm to cancel that for us. And we have the infamous leader. Monster Island giving us both the 9s. And Sandman rears his head. Cloning Vats. What can we do with cloning Vats? That's clever. I'm not sure. Do we have something that we like being cloned?
Wind.
I mean, you can do weird stuff with playing Wave repeatedly to cloning Vats, and then you just keep on playing and reactivating Wave, but I don't think that's actually that good. It's just funny. They've not played anything. So how about it stays that way? Only 1 card for you from now on. If this is Mr. Oh, it's Omega Red. Omega Red. Let's Jubilee. If we Jubilee, what could we pull? We could pull a Juggernaut. Would absolutely mess with their Tower of Power that they want to stack on the Omega Red. If we pull, what else? They got the Iron Man there. Claw would be nice.
I am Iron Man.
Sunspot would be just kind of weak. White Tiger would be good. I'm sure they've got the Onslaught to be able to follow up. We got the Claw. That's solid. Coming into the final turn. I could play the leader, right? If I play the leader, then I get an Onslaught. My Onslaught doubles the Claw. But we lose because we're not at Flooded. So I think it has to be Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom comes down, and then if they play Onslaught, it doubles to be +8, and we tie. We tie, lose, win, but we probably lose by enough of a margin that we lose out overall. Let's see here. Let's see, Alaskan. Haven't played this game before. Does it play sort of like CUE? What do you mean by CUE? It plays sort of like, yeah, it plays sort of like, they had the combo. It plays sort of like Gwent, or Magic, or Hearthstone. So we have energy in hand that ticks up every turn to be able to play our cards, and then we're looking to be able to develop the most power at 2 of the 3 locations. But then the innovative thing that what they've brought into this game is they have what they call snapping. So you get to, cards of the universe and everything. Yeah, so it's going to play similar to that. You're trying to develop power at 3 different lanes. You have the mana cost, the power on the cards. You're trying to get the win 2 of the 3 locations. But as I was saying, the innovative thing here is that they've pulled in betting effectively. It's the doubling down from poker or blackjack. If we're confident that we're going to win, we can snap, and then a game is worth more rewards to play out. Or we can retreat early if we feel like we're going to lose, which is like folding your cards, and then you only lose your ante, so to speak. I actually have not played very much Cards of the Universe and everything, but I have seen it before, and it looks really fun. I just don't have time to go into all the card games. Sandman gonna hold our opponent to only playing one card here, but they've got Wave. What do we want to play out? Is playing Odin on... No, it's Dr. Doom here. Dr. Doom goes down, gives us the Doom bots. Then we can play Odin on top of Dr. Doom, be able to get the duplicates of the Doom bots. You just started Cards of the Universe and everything. Very nice.
I am.
Cards of the Universe and everything just feels hilarious. How they've mashed everything together. And now we can go straight into Odin. Hang on. Do we play Odin or do we play White Tiger? I mean, the opponent is just building their death stack, right? So maybe we actually play Juggernaut. Yeah, we play Juggernaut and Snap. Because this throws them off. We know that they wanted to stack everything on the Iron Man. But what if I kick it to the side so it doesn't get the doubling from Iron Man? What you gonna do now? That's what we needed. And then we Odin again. Alright. And the rematch against our opponent, we turn it on him. Yeah. I knew Juggernaut was the answer last time when we played the Jubilee, but we didn't get her out of the deck. Jacob Bates, thank you for the sub. Love to see you joining up. We finally got our alert box working. At least that's working. We're supposed to have channel points, but our alert box is up now. Ooh, what do we have for our missions? Yep, take me to missions. Win a location with 10 or less power. We've done that. We need to win with 20 or more power and play our 2 costs. The only 2 costs we're playing right now is Psylocke. Well, we can still get there. Let's see. Season pass. Season cash. Ah, gonna do me like that. Just throw in the boosters. Okay. Sandman is feeling more fun than Mr. Negative right now. I mean, it could be because I was playing Mr. Negative a lot yesterday. Like Sick Monkey was saying, you get tired of the peak. And I was basically only playing Mr. Negative yesterday. Super happy to still see the channel growing. I'm super happy to see it too. I think that this game could be the real deal. And it's something that's easy to cover if I get pulled away to do other things. I can still keep deck guides going on the channel fairly easily, do streams, weekends, stuff like this. Human Torch. Well, you're a brave one, and you've been rewarded. Playing movement and Wakandan Embassy starts the doubling on the Human Torch. That is wild. And then the Juggernaut could play into them as well. Are we about to get slammed by Heimdall, guys? Let's see how big they're able to make their Human Torch. Hala. I'm gonna throw Jubilee down and try and see if we can catch out a Hala destruction here. It'll be huge for us. White Tiger's not gonna do it though. I need something else. To get the buff. It's a Hulk Buster. A 10 strength Human Torch. Already? Okay, so that's just kind of crazy. Do I play Juggernaut? No, I mean he'll just die, right? We play it to Mojo World? Or do we just wait? I feel like Juggernaut's a liability. Let's just end turn, put the energy onto the Sunspot. Doctor Strange, we could have done it. Though it does save our Jubilee and White Tiger, but it kind of dooms us with the doubling on the Human Torch. I need Sandman. Sandman also shuts down movement. Now you play the Iron Fist? Okay. Probably looking to set up, well, I mean, either a human vulture or a multiple man. He's about to come the human sun. Yeah, he's gonna double again to 40, and then, so if they move him this turn, he's 40, and then he Heimdalls up to 80. I mean, that's almost able to win Mojo World without the numbers, which is insane. Let's go Wave. Just in case they don't have Heimdall, but you have to expect them to have Heimdall. Does each card have a power and energy? Does the different characters' abilities function? So every card in the top left is going to show how much they cost to play, and in the top right shows their power. And then the abilities, every card has an ability, and they all function, I mean, they've got different ways that they activate. Some of the abilities activate as soon as you play a card. Some of the cards have ongoing abilities that happen just passively, and some of them have some other, I don't even know what we have a word to call it, but they have text that will reveal, is it Leader or is it Odin? Well, it's definitely not Odin, but it's either Leader or Doctor Doom. I'm worried that Heimdall still just blows us out because a Heimdall shuffles our cards. I'm gonna play Leader. And if, hang on, I think we've got it. Okay, you are replaying because of the cloak, or you're moving around because of the cloak. Now the Heimdall goes. Giving us 3 cards at Mojo World and a win at the Wakandan Embassy. There Heimdall plays. Tying Hala, winning Mojo World by a mile, while losing Wakandan. Alright, hats off to the opponent. They played it out. Played it out right. 99 strength at Mojo World with that Human Torch. That's insane. But yeah, so all the cards have their own abilities, and then they have different ways that they activate, either on reveal or ongoing as a passive, or they have some kind of unique criteria that kind of breaks the rules of the game. But the card text always has precedent. And then one of the things that I actually really love about this game is that another way they're innovating, besides just the snap mechanic, is that we get truly simultaneous turn planning. So rather than waiting for your opponent to plan out their turn, you're also planning yours. And because it's a digital card game, there's no, like in a physical game, you couldn't really do it the same way. Because as you're deciding, you kind of give a little bit of information to your opponent. Here you just choose what cards you want to lay down, and then as soon as both players are ready, they reveal. So it means matches go really, really fast. Let's play Sunspot. That's what you love about CUE? Q? Yep. I think that, I mean, Hearthstone had better watch itself because some of these younger CCGs are coming up to catch them. But I don't know, it's so firmly entrenched. Is anyone ever going to overthrow Hearthstone? It feels like an impossible task. We can go Storm into Sandman here. Well, we don't play Storm. It just gets played for free by Sakar.
Aid my hand.
And they go Wave, okay. So that's a free pass to play whatever we like. What do we like? Honestly, I think it is still, nope. Because they played Wave, we have to pass. Which is actually great for us because of the Sunspot. I was like, now Wave I can play anything, but because it got played early, all our cards are too expensive on both sides. And that means that flooding actually does lock down here. So then we play, oh, but Wave is still in effect. That's the weird thing. When Sakar pulls Wave, it's in effect for effectively 2 turns. Because it's in effect for that turn, and then it applies on the next turn as well. Let's just go Sandman. I've tried playing Hearthstone a few months ago and didn't like the direction they've taken it. Well, that's another connection to this game, actually. Ben Brode, the former creative director of Hearthstone, has started his own company and is launching Marvel Snap here. I didn't never played very much Hearthstone, so I don't have a lot of, I don't have the ability to make a good comparison, basically. Got the White Tiger. We're playing the same deck? I was not anticipating playing a mirror match of Sandman. You would snap, wouldn't you? I mean, Doctor Doom is still quite good here. He gives us a number of advantages, but I feel like we're stretched too thin. What do they have? Oh, they had the Odin. Disgusting. Repeats the Doombots. Wow. And it repeats the White Tiger. What a stack. Okay, let's see here. Do we give Sandwave one more? We'll give Sandwave one more, and then I think we'll switch to Hazmat and see what we're able to do with that. I was saying earlier, I think that our Hazmat list is okay if it gets hit by the peak, and it's good against Mr. Negative. Can you trade cards, or just simply by luck of the draw? How does deck building work? So deck building is completely open. There's no like faction synergies or restrictions. You just have to build a collection of 12 cards. Any 12 cards can go together for your deck. You cannot trade cards. The way that you collect new cards is via the collection track. So you spend in-game currency to be able to improve the visuals of your cards. So like I've got the gold border here, and the cards are kind of animated. That's because I've been spending the currency to improve them. And then you progress along the collection track, and you pull randomly out of loot boxes periodically along the track to be able to get the rest of your collection. Now they have been saying that they're going to do some changes to how the collection track works, but we don't know exactly what it is. So it's the majority of your collection expansion is just going to be based on kind of random pulls out of the collection track. But honestly, the game feels very free-to-play friendly so far. I've been playing completely free-to-play since somewhat in the beginning of the beta, and have been able to get pretty far. I've been collecting cards a lot faster than they have been making them. We'll go Claw to be able to get some power at Jotunheim. And we've got the Bishop and the Ant-Man. I want to be able to use Storm and Jubilee. There's Wave, though. I could play Wave into Odin and then look for another finisher that we draw into. Or honestly be able to play Juggernaut towards the end. How many cards are there total? Right now there's about 280, I think the collection size, right? Chat, does anybody in chat know the exact number? It's a little under 300 right now. They're planning after full release to get to a point where they're releasing one new card a week. And so they have a number of them that are made and are like, have been data mined and are ready to go, but they just haven't been fully released yet. Oh yes, we go leader. This is the answer. This is the way, chat. Mandalorian voice, this is the way. They go Onslaught, which is amazing because it actually helps Claw. Onslaught doubling the ongoing effect of Claw, which gives us even more power to Jotunheim. We could move somebody to New York, but I don't want to. I want to play Odin. Hang on. Is Odin just craziness? It would reactivate leader, which is really fun, but if they just fill up the peak, we lose. Because they'll get extra buffs on the Bishop, they'll get extra buffs from the Ant-Man. I think that what we actually need is Storm. Well, no. I need something to be able to win 6 points? 6 points at New York is too much. We could play the Odin. We're really hurting that Odin got flipped by the Peak. We could play Sunspot to be able to make it, or the Odin. That's really what it is. And then we reactivate the Psylocke and that's it. And we just hope that Jotunheim is enough. That doesn't feel like a great plan. But I don't know if we have any alternatives. The alternative would be doing something like Storm Juggernaut? No, I think the buffs on the bishop would probably be enough for them to beat us. Man, this was a tight one. How many cards am I missing? I think about 24 cards short from full collection. I am currently missing like about 10. I'm at collection level 2,600, 2,600, and the collection track, hang on. Ah, the blue marvel. It's disgusting. I'm at collection level 2,600, and I think it ends at about 3,100. All right, come on. I want to end. I know Sandman can do it. One more with the Sandman, and then we'll play Hazmat. All right. Psylocke, that's nice. Wave. Juggernaut. Murder World. If we could have Juggernaut kick somebody into Murder World, that would be our lucky day. We could, I mean, we could very realistically make it happen, but if we have something really desirable to activate with the wave, we might do that instead. And then Kiln is going to shut down early. Play the Psylocke. We don't have anything else to do. If we get a Sandman, or maybe a Jubilee, we might rush them on curve here. Fisk Tower. We could wave into leader, which is awesome, but I could also Juggernaut, which if they play to Kiln, then kills them at Murder World or kills them at Fisk Tower, and how funny is that? You gotta try. Yes! No! It's Cosmo, so I don't reveal. Oh, the soul read. Thought I was so clever. Well, that's what I deserve, I guess. Oh, man. Now they blocked their own Jubilee, so that's just hubris. That's just hubris. Give the opponent the thumbs up on that one. Yeah, Arg away. Oh, maybe. Considering that the Peak has appeared, it's not a stretch for the Nexus to be next. Rogue might still be the best girl to bring balance to the board. Let's see, Nexus. Is Nexus the one that distributes its power to all the other locations? Because that one does just like warp the game incredibly. Is the card collection pretty even in the amount of hero versus villain cards? Yes. They've focused on characters appearing in the MCU, but they have all kinds of stuff. Like everybody is here. Absolutely everybody. The villains are often really big, like expensive, powerful cards. And the heroes, I don't know if that's even fair to say. But yeah, it's very even, all Marvel things. And it's very character focused. Like you don't get like weapon cards or the Quinjet is really the only non character. Okay, let's see what our Hazmat deck looks like. If we think Hazmat is playable. Wong Mat. The Hood, good if it's hit by the Peak. Black Widow, good. Hazmat, good. Colossus, bad. Viper, bad. Green Goblin, weird. Mystique, good. Wong, good. Hobgoblin, a little odd. White Tiger, good. Spider-Woman, bad. Odin, bad. Let's give it a go. Now watch, we'll probably have a handful of all the worst cards to get hit by the peak, and it will flip on turn 1. But that's just the way it goes. Murphy's Law applied. Oh, that's why we were losing, guys. We weren't using our foiled Odin. We were just using the non-split Odin on the previous deck. Well, now we've rectified that. Let's see. New deck, new channel for our sound. Where's our synthwave? Hit me with those sweet synthwave sounds. There's going to be a big Helicarrier card later, right? Yes, that is true. So they have Quinjet, and then they have the big Mama Quinjet that's going to like be able to drop and give you a ton of random cards. I was hoping... So the Quinjet leaked ability is that it spawns like 3 or 4 random cards. I forget exactly what the details are, but it just spawns more random cards. What I was hoping was that it would provide additional power for cards that didn't start in your deck. And it would like tie the bow on this whole archetype of you get cards that create random cards, and then you have Quinjet to make them cheaper, and then you had a finisher of the Helicarrier to make them more powerful. And I just feel like that kind of slot machine deck would just be really fun to run. But anyway, they didn't do it. Let's go Wave here. Wave absolutely stuffs them, because I can play it on turn 2, increase the cost of their cards to 4. My cards are also 4, but I have Super Flow and they don't. So I'm able to play and they're not. They have the full pass here, but we can play. We got the subscriber. Alex, thank you for subscribing. Love it that you joined up. We got Dr. Doom. He's also going to get empowered by Washington here. This is fun when we've got the alerts popping off. Hazmat? Yes, so Hazmat just decreases the power of every card on the board. Oh, but I didn't switch the deck. I switched the overlay, but we're playing the same deck, and I was just on autopilot. Incredible. Okay, guys. Next game, we're actually going to play Hazmat. What exactly is Hazmat? Hazmat is somebody from the back catalog of the Marvel Universe. I don't know. I don't know where she originates even, guys. Does anyone in chat know the origin of Hazmat? She's not X-Men, right? She's just kind of her own thing. I actually don't even know if Hazmat is a hero or a villain. I thought that Multiple Man was a hero, and then I was looking at clips of the X-Men cartoon, and he was like fighting Beast, and so I was like, wait, is Multiple Man a villain? And I never knew this. I thought he was a champ. Got the Vulture.
All systems go.
There's the buffs. Them getting the buff on the Multiple Man is a little scary, but I think we should be fine. Let's go with the leader. Oh, it's dangerous because as soon as they play Heimdall, he's worth so much more than my cards. I got it. Oh, it's gonna get hairy. They have this +9, taking them to 23. And then it's a tie at Stark Tower and a loss at Washington. No, Vulture wins. Wow. Okay, well, this is why we should have just gotten out of Sandman. Need to play the Hazmat. Bring up Old Faithful. Mission completed. Got to keep up with the dailies. Need to play our 2-cost cards. Well, this is actually a great deck for playing our 2 costs. There we go. up against Chatty with the purple snap background. Let's play a fun game in chat, guys. Bot or not? Do you guys think that Chatty is a bot name? Or is this a real person? It's become a lot harder to play the bot or not game because now the noir card art is open for everybody. Okay, I think we just wait here. The Viper getting hit by the peak is a little unfortunate, but the Mystique getting hit by the peak is really good. And the Hazmat getting hit by the peak is quite nice as well. And then we drew the Green Goblin. So honestly, damage there from the peak was minimal. I think overall it did help us. I mean, the Mystique being free is pretty insane. We get New York. I think we just keep on waiting. No idea lore-wise. Probably fell into a vat of toxic waste. That's like the, I don't know, the most cliche. Yeah, I mean, it's the most cliche storyline for a hero possible. But it does happen to a lot of them. It's cliche for a reason. Let's throw Green Goblin on over, and then we can combo Hood Viper, and we're in a good spot to be able to set up our Hazmat, especially if we find Wong, because we can duplicate the Wong with the Mystique for free and just have that ready to go immediately. Hobgoblin instead. The opponent has not played a single card. What's going on? Do they know something that we don't know? I guess this is turn 4, so if they just got Mr. Negative, this is the time to play it. We do well against Mr. Negative. They fill the board with all their cards, and then Hazmat negates them. We kick the Hood over to their side. There's the Mr. Negative. Right on cue. Ooh. We've got fun options. Because I can play Hazmat to be able to debuff their side. And then I can play like the Demon, but then I can play Odin back on the Hazmat. Or I can embrace holding Hazmat for later and just throw Hobgoblin across. I think honestly we just go for the Hobgoblin. Thiago, good morning to you, sir. How is it morning where you're at? This is a later stream timing, Thiago. I was trying to catch all the people in the afternoon around here. So Hazmat deck would just be a deck around that specific character. Yeah, exactly. So what I see is Hazmat is the headline card for this deck, and so I just call it the Hazmat deck. And now we will play the Queen herself. And we'll throw Spider-Woman right after to be able to get the debuff. And assuming that he doesn't play Magic, we need to be ready with Mystique to get a little bit of extra power here. Do we actually want Mystique on Isle of Silence? I don't know, we're +8, but here we're only +2. Okay, fine. I'll play Mystique over here. I don't know, are they going to play... Are they going to play Magic? We can come in with the Odin if they do play Magic. Odin plus the Demon is actually a pretty big swing for us. Yeah. But yeah, Alaskan, basically with how open the deck building is, decks get named after their key cards that have like, the cards that have the most synergies with the other cards are just what the deck gets named after. Because there's not another restriction really that would identify what the deck is meant to do. Okay, what do you have? Excuse me? You're gonna play the Zola. What? It reactivates? No way. Oh man. And these are even more powerful hobgoblins because we hit them with the Hazmat. Incredible. Yeah, Gambit. Gambit could actually help by killing... Nope. If he'd killed the hobgoblin, it would have been better for us. Hang on. You played... Do the cards no longer invert their artwork? I've never noticed that the cards are not inverting their artwork, because Zola should have been flipped by Mr. Negative, but he's in his normal art. Anyway. Technically, it's a deck that specializes at giving the opponent negative points. Several characters can do that, but Hazmat is the most fun out of the bunch, especially after Wong plus Mystique combo, yes. That is what we're looking for. That time we just got shellacked, though. I was hoping they would play Magic to extend it, but we also didn't find Wong, which is a big activator. And then that Zola into the Hobgoblin was so gross. We got slammed by our own Hobgoblins. But if we hadn't gotten hit by that, he would have just copied his Ronin instead, who was also incredibly powerful. Honestly, if he had copied the Ronin, it probably would have been a bigger power swing for him. Okay. We've got the Viper, got the Green Goblin. These are cards I like to see early. Now just to find the main combo pieces. Elysium making everything cheaper is very nice. Let's go Goblin. Let's go Goblin mode. Oh, we almost didn't have space to be able to fit him in. That would have been terrifying. I mean, it could have happened, actually. And then he kicks the Human Torch. So the opponent is playing a bounce deck. I mean, we don't do very well up against the bounce deck, honestly. They're going to be able to pick up that Green Goblin. Sinister London. That's fun. Now, we do have to remember that the Avengers compound is going to pull us away, but I think that we go for the Hazmat here. Now, when Hazmat does a copy, will the copy get debuffed by the second Hazmat? I feel like that's probably yes, the way it works. It is the way it works. And that's all it took, guys. A Colossus, a Hazmat, and a Green Goblin for a win. Oh, we got the upgrade. Go back, go back. Mission me, collect my dailies. Play cards. Cards have been played. I think we have somebody to upgrade. Who was waiting for an upgrade? Was it somebody on the movement deck? I had a card that was primed that I wanted to update to gold, I think. Human Torch? No, you're not ready yet. Oh, maybe not. I thought I had somebody at purple that was ready to go up, but maybe we just need to wait. 0? No, you're not up. Okay, well, I'm not going to spend too much time on stream figuring this one out, and I'm not going to buff Medusa. I just thought we might be able to open a cache today and see what we would pull. We'll take the season cache. 50 gold, I don't mind if I do. And it's perfect to be able to get more missions. Refill me. Maybe we will be opening a cache, because after we do these 2 missions, we then get the max on the track, win a location with 4 cards, and play 30 cards. I can do this. I can do this easy. Alright, back in. Upgradable and then quality on the sorting, yes. Hame knows all the filters. We'll give it a peek after we've done these missions, but I think that what I want to do is I want to take leader to be foiled. So we'll upgrade our leader to infinite. Infinite and beyond, because I think you get 500 credits for finishing the week, which is really nice. Let's go Go Gadget, Black Widow. If we find Hazmat, then we could kick Black Widow over, but I mean, I don't want to kick her over necessarily to Mojo World. But also, if the opponent just has a Spider Bite, Psylocke, and Black Widow, it's pretty easy to win Mojo World ourselves. Let's send Colossus to the sewer system. That's what he's made to win. I mean, honestly, he's made to win the one that's -3, but this is still good. And Jotunheim. Colossus is great at Jotunheim. What's the opponent going to be playing? With Psylocke? I mean, they're probably playing Mr. Negative. We've got the Widow's Bite, and then the Mr. Negative. But of course, they actually want to keep space open at Mojo World. It makes sense, because if you're at a 1 power 0, very much an uphill battle to be able to complete that one. Do I want to give them the Black Widow? You know what? I'm going to go for it. Have the Black Widow. I can play Spider-Woman next turn and debuff your side of the board. Or alternatively, I could play the White Tiger and then the Odin on top of the White Tiger. Ah, but we did. We hit the Hazmat. It's amazing for us, actually. I guess they just bricked their hand. I don't know. Stuff wasn't coming out. Having the Spider Bite in conjunction with the Mr. Negative, but they played those on the same turn, so they didn't lose a draw. Oh well, I'm not going to complain. This is one of my favorite decks. Do we have a way... Suggestions in chat. How do you take this deck list and improve its matchup up against self-destruction? Because that's our one bad matchup, and otherwise I feel like we're pretty competitive against everything else. But self-destruction doesn't care if you're debuffing their cards. They don't care about green goblins. Colossus actually is kind of good. I agree, Thiago. He gives you all this flexibility for these different locations. And it's really solid. Also, underrated thing is that Colossus can make it to flooding even if the opponent plays Juggernaut. Like, he just has all these subtle effects that are quite convenient. Project Pegasus. Okay. Well, that's bonkers. Let's go for it. We could shut down so hard if they have a Cosmo or a Rogue, but if they don't, we hit the King combo. Wong, Mystique, Hazmat, Odin. I'm gonna bury him. Baron Mordo, sure. Give me the Colossus, Daredevil, Debris. We're lucky. We're lucky they didn't play Debris on the side to put a rock on the Wong Mystique lane. Oh, yeah, and we're winning Sanctum Sanctorum here. Let's give them a rock. I think that's worth it. And then next turn we go Hazmat, Black Widow. I don't want to wait too long on the Hazmat. Getting more expensive. Carnage cleans it up. Okay. Let's give him the rock back. This is tough. I'd love to play Black Widow. But I can also just go right to the Hazmat. This has to be better, right? You play Hazmat, then you play Spider-Woman, then you play Odin. We're gonna send Green Goblin on over. Armor is probably my pick for the self-destruction matchup. Ah, do we run Armor? So we play Armor instead of Hobgoblin, probably. That seems like it would work out pretty well. If you played armor instead of hobgoblin, you could lock them to having a cluster of cards on the board, and then you can force them, you force feed them the debuffs. Okay, I think Hame is onto something. I can't wait till we get friendly matchups to be able to like do some competitive testing of these decks. But that could be, I mean, how often is Hobgoblin, let's see, is chat unified on Hobgoblin being the weak link? I think it's just too expensive. You have Hobgoblin, White Tiger, and Spider-Woman. On release, is the game going to be available on PC, mobile, etc., or just PC? It's going to be available on Android, iOS, and PC. The PC is going to be in beta, but it's primarily going to be for the mobile devices. So all the UI is primarily focused toward mobile. This is deck. Yeah. Let's see. How's the opponent feeling about that negative 19 rock? Negative 20 now? Gotta love it. We win. Negative 64 to negative 49, negative 17 to 46. We lose, and we win. Sanctum Sanctorum, negative 38 to neg 20. It's the other way around. The game is on, yeah, mobile and PC port is coming. Exactly. So I'm playing on PC right now, but I'm using a mobile emulator. Okay, so we're going to update this. And we're going to bring in armor. And I think my pick is to substitute out Hobgoblin. Is it armor or is it Cosmo? It's probably armor. Let's give it a go. Unfortunately, armor can have their power decreased. Where'd you go? Yeah. Alright. Take us back in. White Tiger, Odin, the Hood. And there's the peak. Okay, so the Hood is now free and gives us +1 power. White Tiger is a 1/5. Hazmat is ready to pop off. I'm gonna hold White Tiger. We want to decide, are we either play Hazmat or White Tiger? But I mean, with Odin, White Tiger, Odin is looking pretty good. We get Wakanda. We do have Viper to give the opponent the Hood. Now the Hood's been buffed, so it's not nearly as good. But if we're looking at multiple activations of Hazmat, maybe it's worth it. I don't know. I think that we embrace the White Tiger meta here. And we play the Demon. That means we're just going to hold on to Hazmat. Olympia, letting me draw 2 cards is very nice. Let's throw Green Goblin across. Yeah. We got the armor. They're going to play Magic? Okay. I mean, we could go late with somebody. Taking it to turn 7 shouldn't be a problem. Let's get our Black Widow. And then we will establish Colossus is probably better out of the Viper armor. All of these filling the same energy cost for power ratio. But in terms of utility, I don't see the opponent with a magic Ant-Man running much self-destruction. I really don't know. It's probably Mr. Negative. Mojo. Yeah, it's a Mr. Negative that's running both Mojo and Ant-Man, which feels a little odd. But as you will. So is there a ranking system, or is the game strictly casual? Don't know much about it, which is why you're asking. Yeah, so the game has a ranked mode, and that's it right now. But it is also pretty casual after you reach what's called infinite rank, which is where they stop giving you in-game currency rewards. So you just go to ranked mode, you play against a random player, and they match you up based on your win record and generally how many cubes you have and generally how big your card collection is. Give them all the spider bites. This deck feels like Shaman? Shutterwalk? Is this a Hearthstone reference that I'm too that I'm too PC pilled to understand? Let's see. We have no open space to be able to play to. Yeah, it's a Hearthstone reference? Okay. How are they going to make it up? Obviously they can win Wakanda, but how are they winning Limbo? Friendly reminder to update the change from Hobgoblin to Armor. Alright, we can do that. Oh, did it freeze? No. Why? I was waiting and waiting, and then I was like, no, it's not. It's frozen. Alright. You know, that's the third crash this stream. Doesn't feel great, guys. Especially with full release right around the corner, it doesn't feel great for that to be happening. I didn't have a problem with any of the other patches. It was just the latest patch that stability has been an issue for me. I don't get it. Has it been bad for anybody else, or is it just me? I mean, I hope it's just me, but I'm curious. Let's see here. How were there 5 tigers? You missed it. The 5 tigers came from, we played, wait a minute. We played Wong after White Tiger. So White Tiger, because of the peak, flipped White Tiger so that we got 1 Spirit Tiger, and then we played Wong later on, and then we played Odin after that. And then we got the 4 because of the new interaction between Odin and Wong. It's now multiplicative. So before, if you played Wong, White Tiger, and then Odin, Odin would activate twice because of Wong and reactivate White Tiger twice. But now, every time Odin reactivates White Tiger, she activates twice because of Wong. So you get a cascading effect. And that's why this deck is so disgusting right now, is because the Wong, anything that you put between the Wong-Odin sandwich just churns out power. Like, I'm wondering how do we fit in Ironheart? Do we actually cut Colossus to be able to fit Ironheart? Also, hang on. We win. Nope. We lost. Tie at Wakanda. There it is. The Odin patch did its thing. Yes, the Odin patch did its thing. But it wasn't enough this time. We were up by 3, but then down by 23. So that's not a winning combo. Who would we cut to be able to fit in Ironheart? Would we cut Spider-Woman? Or would we cut Colossus? I kind of really want to keep Viper. And I don't think I want to cut Green Goblin either. Just because of how well they combo with Hazmat. I might cut Spider-Woman to try and run Ironheart. And then if you get Ironheart in the sandwich of Wong and Odin, it absolutely pops off. We should blame Colossus. It was better while he was polishing. Yeah. He was blinding our opponents into making bad moves. It was much better then. Maybe they'll bring it back someday. I would love it if on every April Fool's they brought back some of the ridiculous bugs as features. I think that would be hilarious. Like on April Fool's, Colossus is blinding. What would be some of the other good bugs? Spider-Woman for Ironheart? Alright, Hame agrees. We'll make that change after this game. Which, with Weird World, isn't really a game. Big house. Well, we have a Morbius Dracula. That's at least pieces of something that plays. Earlier, you won a game with just Hazmat and Colossus. My vote is on Spider-Woman. Yeah, I think that's right. We'll cut Spider-Woman. She's just really expensive right now, and she's not that impactful. Back when he was brighter than my future, he was truly a Chad. I love it. Let's see. We can set up Demon plus Morbius. And then we're going to play our Dracula and probably the Sword Master. Now, I don't know if we're going to be able to get any of the discard engine pieces that the opponent is hoarding up. But we need one to be able to play this Dracula. Hell Cow. Okay. Oh, and the Collector's getting buffed every time they draw. This one's a weird one. They play a blank Viper. Yes, we got the Apocalypse. Okay. There is a god. We play Hell Cow here. Be able to thin up the hand. And on the next turn, we have to thin it all the way down so that Dracula will definitely target Apocalypse. Would there have been a world where we should have gotten Mystique to copy Morbius? Maybe. Chavez. Okay. Okay. How do we play it? I think we need to go Chavez here and hope for the 50-50. They've got the Spider-Woman. Yeah, that's +7. And then you get the plus on the sun. Ah, oh, the Mystique. Well, there we go. We trusted in the heart of the cards and they let us down. Bet big. How many did you want me to snap? I wasn't snapping. Okay, we have things to collect. We've got our missions, we've got our upgrades, and then we've got the deck to modify. So we're going to update the deck. with cutting Spider-Woman in favor of Ironheart. Trying to make this as competitive as I can. Something went wrong? Excuse me? I am not allowed to collect this? What is happening? I've never seen this error. Alright, they don't want us to have that one. At least not right now. I've literally never seen that error. Okay, Wong mats. Cut Spider-Woman. Add. I don't need to see all variants. Add in our Ironheart. Also, Ironheart is going to be really good on the peak. So that's a extra buff. There you are. Fantastic. Update our overlay. Save me. We're back into it. Okay. So we've pushed the energy curve a lot cheaper. And, I mean, as hilarious as it would be to play Wong, Spider-Woman, Odin, I don't feel like that's a game winner. You win that one location, but how are we winning another location? Ironheart affects the whole board. That's happened to me. It corrects itself after a restart. It corrects itself after our restart. I've already had to forced restart 3 times today. I'm so fed up. I don't want to restart again. We might have to anyway if we get a crash here, and then we'll be able to do our upgrades. Count ourselves lucky, but we lucky few. We'll play Black Widow here, trying to set up for a Hazmat. We've got Hazmat, Ironheart. So here, I mean, the golden combo is still Wong into Mystique plus Hazmat into Odin. But if it just so happens to be Wong into Hazmat, Ironheart into Odin, it's pretty good as well. It's certainly good as well. And the Ironheart is now free. Free 99. I will throw... I don't want it next to the Mojo. Green Goblin on left. We're going to play the Widow's Bite. There's also an argument to put Scorpion into the deck because you can combo... If you had Wong down, you could combo Black Widow plus Scorpion, and then they have -2 powered Spider Bites in hand. But it's so late in the game, they probably don't care. You'd probably try and play it earlier. I don't know. It's just kind of funny to me. Oh, what do we want to do here, though? So, Sinister London is all locked up with that Mr. Sinister, which is quite fun. But I don't know what else is good for us. I mean, it could just be playing Hazmat now. Let's just play Hazmat now and see what develops. Mr. Bubbles always beats you? Well, let's see if we can get revenge, Thiago. He's got some bad luck pulling for him here with that Sinister clone. Though, I mean, we got the Morbius, which is worse in terms of power, but his board space is all choked up. And there, we found Wong. So we go Wong, but I want to wait for Mystique. It's so much more powerful with Mystique. Okay, we snap. So good. You never beat Bubbles, Thiago? Bubbles is a very good player. I've got to hand it to him. We always have good matches. He's got his White Tiger. Bounces across the Spirit Tiger to the peak. Plays the Punisher. He's able to pick up the buff off of the Hazmat. Ah, there's a Odin. So what's better? Do I play Ironheart plus Odin, or do I play Mystique, Ironheart, White Tiger. That's a tough one. Because I can play Ironheart Odin for 6 activations, which is going to be 36 points, or I can play Mystique Ironheart to be able to get 4 activations, which is going to be 24 points, and then I can play White Tiger for an additional... It has to be better. I mean, it's so close. It's just unfortunate that the power curve ended out the way that it is, but this is definitely better. We already snapped. Let's rock it. It's the Spirit Tigers that make the difference. Oh, but you had the magic. I could have held out. I could have held out to play the Odin and then gotten the super buffs. Never mind, Thiago. Bubbles is too good. Bubbles is just too good. He sees the initiative. Now the Mystique does nothing. We only get 1 Spirit Tiger. And then the Ironheart tries to buff our pieces, but we're going to lose at the peak, I think. We are technically winning at Limbo right now, which does give me a little bit of hope. What if I play Odin? You will be at... You'll lose 1, but then add 1 with the Punisher. Ah, we were so close to greatness, guys, but the rogue stole it away from us. Stolen away from us. Yeah, we'll just retreat. Because the Odin wasn't going to be able to swing the peak.
Escaped.
Oh, the attack of the bots. This always happens. There we go. Kill him dead. Maybe we'll get the rematch. Now I'm just in your boat, Thiago. Bubbles beats us all. It was a good soul read. It's unfortunate if just the order of revealing had been different. We could have smashed him. Okay, we've played Yessi before. My memory is that Yessi saw turn 1 peak and then immediately retreated. Which means that we don't know what deck he is playing. We have a fairly good opening draw here. We get some nice early plays. Be able to kick out Black Widow to give over the Spider Bite. Then we can go Green Goblin. Looking to be able to draw into Wong and also into our Hazmat. But especially the Wong with how we've got the Ironheart. Oh, the Green Goblin. The Green Goblin is now a buff. Okay. I guess I'll play Colossus. So now we cannot play Green Goblin. Of course, they had Mr. Negative that got flipped by the peak. Why not? After all, why not? And a Jubilee. Jubilee and a Devil Dino. Viper. Viper, I have very little for you to do. Zola propagates the monster. Yeah, this one's rough.
Opponent snapped.
I mean, we can actually play the Green Goblin here because he's free and he doesn't have a space to go. Then I could play Ironheart Odin to get some buffs and slow the opponent down, but I don't see how we end up comboing for a win. Blue Marvel. Big buffs on the blue marvel. We stopped them from getting one draw here. How many cards do you have in hand? You have 2 cards in hand still. I mean, you gotta trust that with the 2 cards, they're gonna be able to seal it out. Yeah. There's the Wong. We just got him in the wrong order. If we'd had Wong, Mystique, Ironheart, Odin, just in a different draw order, I think that we could have hung with them. But I guess that's the downside of this kind of deck. Wong is so important, you really need to have him early, and otherwise things slow down significantly. Alright, take us in again. There's Bubbles, the revenge. It's a revenge story. Okay, so we know that he plays... we know that he plays Rogue. Oh, but the Wong Mystique. It's so juicy. Now just give me something to combo with it. Either the Ironheart or White Tiger is a possibility. Hang on. I'll play Colossus instead of armor. They both do effectively the same thing at Hala, but this way we're not preserving his cards as well. It's only our card. The hub. Colleen Wing. Interesting. You know what's fun here is that Colleen Wing is actually better than armor. Yeah. Colleen Wing, guaranteed to cut up the armor and give us 1 extra power. Maybe I actually should have played her to Hellfire Club. We've got the Goose. Okay. I'll play the Wong. I mean, I could play Tahala, but I want to play over here. What's their turn order here? Are they going to try and contest Hala? Mr. Negative. They don't mind if Mr. Negative dies. He just opens up more board space for him. Okay. Yeah. Then we open up with the White Tiger. The White Tigress. And we have the initiative, so this is guaranteed to go through. I have a feeling that they've got magic in hand, that they're playing for the slow game. Ready to extend things. Smarting over the bubbles, yes. Yeah, they've got the Sarah. I mean, everything is coming up exactly as they like it. We could play Green Goblin, Hazmat, and then oh, the Hood can't be played there because of the 1-drops. I could actually play the Hood over here to be able to get 2 demons, but that doesn't help us out because I still can't play the demons to Hellfire Club. I'm really banking on them playing Magic here. Yeah. There's the magic. And the Jubilee. What's the Jubilee going to pull? Mystique. Okay, no target for the Mystique though. And we actually keep the initiative here. Okay. Let's get some more tigers.
Opponent snapped.
Play White Tiger last. Yeah, I mean, it might have been stronger if we played White Tiger last with the read that they were going to do. If we had the read that they were going to play Magic. I think that they outdistance us here with Iron Man and all of that. Maybe not. We win Hala. We win Hala by a lot. We activate again. You don't believe me? Bubbles? Come on, Bubbles. You knew I was gonna do it. Now they steal the Wong. Do you have... You got your own White Tiger. Your own White Tiger is not going to be big enough, even though Mojo is pretty big here. Yeah. And the Iron Man. Ah, that's for you, Thiago.
Iron Man.
Bubbles is not infallible. Let's go. That felt pretty good. Especially because they had the rogue, they just had it too late. Very close. All right. Ooh. So White Tiger got zapped by the Iceman. I think that we just play Black Widow to be able to pick up a buff out of Stark Tower. We'll see what we can develop here. Got the Daredevil on the opponent's side, so they have a bit of control. If they're playing Daredevil, I mean, it could mean they're playing Destroyer. Iceman isn't usually in Destroyer, but could be wrong. Ooh, I got a Viper. Viper can kick a Raptor. I would rather do that than the Black Widow because the Black Widow is going to absorb a buff out of Stark Tower. Then it feels like we're in a good spot to be able to play Hazmat here. All the little baby raptors. Oh, but we got the Green Goblin too. Are they gonna block it? They probably block it, don't they? I mean, I hate doing it to Stark Tower just to give them the buff, but Otherwise, I have a feeling that they, like, wherever I play, I don't want to get stuck with the Green Goblin on my side. It's too dangerous. It's too dangerous to take any chances on. Korg gives over the rock, Green Goblin flies across. Okay. So now we pop the Hazmat. I would like to pick up the buff from Stark Tower. And I suppose Ironheart as well. This could be the spot where we drop Odin to be able to repeat both of those. Depending on what the score on the other side of the board is, we could play the White Tiger. They can eat all the raptors, of course. Yeah. And then you've got the debris. Those buffs are actually in really good spots for us, because the opponent is locked up at both Stark Tower and Xandar. So I think that we just come through here and win. Yes, we win on the Odin. I love it. Is there anything they have that stops us? I don't think so. Hobgoblin comes across. I mean, maybe it would have actually been like Blue Marvel. Could Blue Marvel have stopped us if they'd gotten the extra 4 to Xandar? Well, I guess it would depend on if the Ironheart buff hit the rock or not. Because Hazmat puts us up by 1. And then by 3. No, okay, so they would have won if they'd played Blue Marvel. Maybe we took a little risk there.
Victory.
When we could have just played like White Tiger to get the Spirit Tiger to bounce over. Still, feels pretty good. All right, let's get 1 or 2 more. But then I need to go digging deep and see why the channel points aren't working, why Cloudbot is, I guess, not a moderator. So for some reason, Cloudbot's not connected with the chat. And that'll be the mission. I also feel like we're hitting a dead zone here in the afternoon where not hitting any human players, we're just playing bots. Ooh, we got the peak. Well, oh, I wish you could have hit Ironheart as well. Do I want to play White Tiger? I have Hazmat to be able to play later, so we probably hold White Tiger and we see if we get any combos going with the Hazmat. I think we've had this exact combo get hit by the peak before, with the Viper, the Hazmat, and the White Tiger. It's quite good for us, actually. Bar with no name. Interesting. The reason that it's interesting is that we can make sure that we win it by doing some kind of shenanigan of play Ironheart here and then Hazmat later to make the Ironheart negative, and then we guarantee that win. We just have to win one other location. It could be a beautiful thing. It means that playing White Tiger is very risky. I don't think that we can play White Tiger now. Or they could just play Scorpion, and now the Ironheart is looking so good. Or the Mystique. Yeah, I guess or the Mystique. But I'll send the Green Goblin on over. I love when you can get tricky with Bar with no name. Obviously, being able to hold something like Scarlet Witch to change the location or Magic to be able to open it up when your opponent is not expecting it is good. But there's some other sneaky combos that you can pull off. I want to make sure that there are bodies for Ironheart to buff. So I think that we play Colossus here. I could go ahead and play the Hazmat, because Ironheart was already pressed to be negative power. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty safe. They are also playing Devour with No Name. Gonna open it up with a Storm. Okay, now we have to take a different approach. Send Green Goblin over. Hazmat will do her stuff. Now I think we do play Wong, White Tiger. And then we can follow up on the final turn with Ironheart. Or we can go to... I mean, if we draw Odin, we probably play Odin. Even though there's a little bit of anti-synergy between the Hazmat and the White Tiger, being able to activate both of them 4 more times is still an enormous net gain for us. They've got the Angela, the Iceman. Yeah, I mean, we're snapping on this one. We're so far ahead. Alright, come on, Odin. I'm waiting. Lend me your power, Viking god. Don't get it. So we play the... I think I play the Ironheart first, and then the armor. It doesn't make too much difference. Beautiful. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Alright, Hazmat came on at the end. Finally delivering. I think that we did actually improve the deck. I've been playing around this one for a long time. I think it is much closer to being optimized now. With the armor to be able to play into the self-destruction matchup, and with the Ironheart to make the replacement on the Spider-Woman. It's not that I think that the new Spider-Woman is that bad. She's just not doing as much as Ironheart. She doesn't combo as easy. It's clunky at 5 cost. At 4 cost, it was a little easier, even though she was not as good, which is kind of wild. But there we go. I think that's where we're going to call the stream today. Thank you, everybody who came out to hang out. We were able to make our deck changes. Piloted Mr. Negative, Sandman, Hazmat, the classics, the mainstays for the channel. And we're going to be looking forward to some more projects. I did a collaboration with Rajatronic. I'm going to put out a community post on that so you guys can check out the video. We were doing a cube rush up against each other. Really fun collab, and we've got more projects in the works. So, until next time.